Okay, it's about to, if you're in the group, I think we're about to go live. Good morning to those just arriving in the Zoom room. And, oh, that won't leave. There it is. Okay, so just checking that we are in the Facebook group. I think there's a 30-second delay or something in the Facebook group, which is fine. Lovely to see you in the Zoom room. If you're watching the live stream in the Facebook group, I've put the Zoom link below if you want to join us. And yeah, let's begin. It feels like days since we were here. Days, I tell you. Right, let's move. It felt so much darker this morning. Suddenly the days, can you hear me all right in the Zoom room? Yeah, let's just, before I get going, let's just double check that the right microphone is connected to the right place. I'm sure it already has. But every now and again, I do these things completely wrong and then later discover that they could hear me well enough, but not brilliantly. So the days are starting to lean towards autumn. Who's feeling autumn? I don't mind autumn, actually. I love autumn. So take a moment and sit or lie back or rest wherever you are. Take a moment to pause, a moment to land. Notice what sounds you can hear in the distance, maybe outside. Sounds closer to you. Notice what you can see. So have a little look around and perhaps name 3 different things in your mind that you can see without getting into the story, but noticing them. Notice what you can smell, what you can taste. And then bring your awareness to sensation. So notice where you are supported by the ground. You might feel your feet on the ground or your body supported by a chair, a bed, a tree, a cushion, a yoga mat. Have a little wiggle, feel into that support. Notice the temperature of the air on your skin. And then notice how you're doing on the inside. How are you being you? How are you nervous systeming this morning? Notice anything calling your attention. It might have discomfort, pain, pleasure. And notice what might be hiding from your awareness. And then sense into your breath. Just following the natural cycle that it's in at the moment, the natural rhythm. The expansive inhale. Even if your breath is small and quiet and shallow, there is an expansion with the inhale. Pause and a turn, and a softening with the exhale. Have a little wiggle, a little bit of movement, reminding your body where it is, maybe even touch your body. Feel your legs, feel your arms, remembering that you are here. You are a person. Trying not to bang the microphone so I don't make a loud noise in your ear. And a wiggle side to side or up and down, back and forth. And then take a breath in and lengthen up through the back of your body, back through the spine, and soften down the front. Soften your forehead, your jaw, your neck, your shoulders, your chest, your belly. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and and then bring to mind someone who makes you smile. It might be a pet, a person. It might be, the Zoom room are all peering at each other and waving at each other. It might be somebody that you are in the same room with, the same house with. It might be somebody that you work with, someone that makes you feel warm. And then let that go. And then come back to awareness of you. And I keep kind of sticking to the same kind of practice each week, and there's an intention of that to help you remember, so you don't need me to do it. Although some of you just keep showing up. You just keep showing up year after year, and that's good. I love it. So let the breath move your arms. So taking a breath in, you might lift them a little. Taking a breath out, let them soften. Breathing in, let the arms come up. Breathing out, let them come down. And if you don't have the energy for that, maybe you move your fingers. Breathing in, let them expand. Breathing out and soften. Breathing in and up. Breathing out and down. Breathing in, expand. Breathing out and soften. You can always join these practices from wherever you are. Then bring some movement to your body, your torso. And if you're lying down, you in the Zoom room, you know what you're doing. You're already doing it. If you're lying down, it's hard to move the torso, but you can move your hips. You can move them, and it can be a tiny amount. You don't have to make great big movements. If you are seated, you can move the torso. Have little circles. Stir the pot. Noticing what feels good and what your body would like this morning. Changing direction if you're in a circle. And finding some cat-cow. So that's that flexion and extension of the spine. So I'll show you lying down as well. But if you're seated, tilting the pelvis, rounding through the spine, chin to chest on the out breath. Tilting the pelvis, lifting through the chest on the inhale. So breathing in, opening the chest, breathing out, curling round. You can do that standing. You can come to hands and knees. And if you're lying down, you can move the pelvis itself. Tilting it one way, letting your belly rise a little bit, tilting the other way, letting your belly sink. And having that expansion and softening. No right way to do it. Doesn't matter what it looks like. We'll find a gentle twist, side to side. Doesn't matter what position you're in. Avoiding the grabbing the leg and pulling. Actually, I quite like that sometimes, but it's not very good for your spine. So a little bit of movement side to side if that feels good. And you know your body best. Notice where the twist is coming from. The biggest twist is in your sort of middle to upper back, the thoracic spine, and of course your neck. But try and keep your neck in line with your body. Maybe let your arms move side to side. And have a wiggle. Bring in some side movements. So if you're seated, one hand down, lift the other arm up and come back. If that shoulder hurts, then lift the shoulder only or lift the body only so you've got that side bend. And if you're lying down, you can take a bit of a banana shape, taking the shoulders to one side and then the other. So finding where it feels good for you. You might do it really slowly. You might flow. You might visualize it and barely move at all. If you're new to what we do and how we practice, you can calibrate the movement as it's right for you. So fairy steps, fairy movements, micro practices are just as good as the bigger ones. And pause. Pause and check in. Noticing your breath, your body, noticing how you feel. I'm coming to stand up. You can stay seated or lying down. I'll just take a slurp of tea. Beverage is always welcome. So if you come to standing, feel your feet on the ground. And if you're sitting, you can still feel them. And if you're lying down, put them flat if you can and feel into that contact. Maybe rock them side to side, maybe lift each toe off and put it back down. And then have a little swing. You can do the same in any position. And actually, the twist in a standing swing is very gentle because it's going through the whole body. It's like a spiral. Unless, you spin at high speed and spin across the room, then that's not quite so gentle. We do talk about injuries of enthusiasm and trying to avoid those. Okay, come to stillness. So coming into a moving mountain, same principle, sitting, lying, standing. Coming back to letting the breath move your arms. Breathing in, arms up. Breathing in, arms down. They can go upwards or forwards, either side, it's okay. Breathing in, arms up. Out, arms down. It can be just fingers, breathing in, fingers up. Breathing out, fingers down. Your speed. And as you breathe in, you are releasing a little bit of sympathetic energy. As you exhale, as you breathe out, the parasympathetic nervous system's taking control. If you're standing, this time coming up onto your toes if you wish, or pointing your toes if you're seated, or lying. Do 3 of these. Feeling it. It's okay to wobble. Feeling the breath move you. And next time, keep your toes pointed or stay on your tiptoes. You don't have to, it's just an invitation. Your arms still might move up and down. As you breathe in, you might come a bit higher. As you breathe out, you might soften and lower. One more. And have a wiggle, have a shimmy, have a shake. I'll come into a star pose. So seated, the same. I haven't got my chair with me today. Seated, just legs a little bit wider, lying down, legs a little bit wider, and then lifting one leg up. And then the other. It's fine to hold on to something, preferably not a screen like this that's not very stable, but you can hold on to anything. Notice if you can stay a little bit longer. Balancing star. Maybe your arms are joining in. I have the worst balance because I've got vertigo. And so if I practice it, you practice it. Okay. If you can remember what side you started on, finish on the opposite side. And come back. Pause a moment and notice. Notice how you feel. Notice your breath. And let's have a tree. We regularly have a tree because the balance there is also quite tricky. So I'll show you standing and then seated and lying down. So shift the weight into one foot. Watch for that hip sinking. You want to stay tall. Turn out the opposite knee and bring in the ankle, the heel to ankle. You can hold on to something, you can stay there, or you can take your foot higher. Stay for a few breaths, and you don't have to stay the whole time I'm out of here. If you're seated, take one foot to the leg with one leg bent and one straight. Oh, my husband's moved my chair. I'll bring the chair to next week. If you're lying down, One leg straight, one leg bent, foot against the other leg. Be a tree. So shift, externally rotate. Find your drishti, something to look at. Lulu agrees. Find your tree. Hands to heart center. Maybe grow your branches. Maybe wobble, be a wobbly tree. A tree in the breeze. Nice work in the Zoom room. Yeah, and let it go. They've been in their trees for ages. Have a wiggle and a shake and swap sides. So again, just the same seated. You're just lifting a leg rather than balancing as such, but you still have to bring in some balance and body posture to lift the leg. If you're lying flat, it's a restorative tree. So shift, don't sink. Externally rotate the other leg. Bring in heel to ankle. Find your drishti. Find your tree. Oh, that seems surprisingly stable this morning. Grow your branches. Oh, nice. We've got restorative bits and pieces going on. And that's a good point, that whatever we're doing, you can join us in your own version, your own pose. You never have to do what I'm doing. And let it go. Have a wiggle. Have a shimmy. Have a shake. Okay, we're going to have some massage before we sit down for meditation. You can sit down or lie for the massage if you wish. We'll start with fire. This is the Kumni massage from the Luzhong. So start with fire, which is a bit of a tap and a rub, but with friction. You're moving across the skin. So you're building fire on your arms, on your head, on your chest, your back, your belly, down each leg. For compassion, for warmth, for vitality and awakening energy. And let it go. And then earth. Hit and press. Don't really hit, just tap. No friction though, it stays on the same bit of skin. Hit and press. Solidity, grounding, happiness, support, contentment, stability. And pause. And then wind, long strokes, joy and love, spontaneity, lightness. Throw extra creativity in there. Lifting the mood, releasing whatever you need to or wish to. Sorry, that was water. I'm busy doing water here. My brain hasn't woken up. My body loves water. This is water. Water. Wind is a tickle. A tickle. A tickle and a light movement. That's the joy and the spontaneity. See, even when I was doing the movement, my body knew that wind was releasing, letting go, getting rid of what no longer serves you, releasing tensions and finding gentleness. And then pause. And space. Wiggle of the hips, wiggle of the shoulders. Find a bit of movement. It can be micro wiggle. Find it in your space. Bit of fun. Move as you choose. I see feet and all sorts. And pause. And find a place of rest. Settling back down, connecting to your breath. Noticing your heart might be beating. And yet it begins to slow. Your breath catches up. You begin to settle. Feeling the support from the earth again. Connection with the ground. Gravity pulling you down and the earth rising to support you. And noticing the breath from your nostrils. From that place where air is external, traveling through your mouth or your nose, down into your lungs. Perhaps you can sense or imagine the expansion of your lungs as you breathe in. And the softening, the releasing as you breathe out. Following the breath from the outside world down into the lungs and filling not just the lungs but the whole of the chest. The lungs, the heart, the beating of your heart, the ribs, back of the spine, the top of the spine, the muscles. As though the breath is filling the whole of the chest. Breathing in and feeling that expansion, nourishment. Breathing out, feeling into softness and ease. Following the breath from the outside world, from the air, down into the lungs, filling the whole of the chest and filling the whole of the belly and the pelvis. As though the breath is bringing nourishment to your stomach and liver and spleen. The organs of digestion, the organs of reproduction in your pelvis. The breath nourishing the lower spine. The muscles of the belly, the muscles of the pelvic floor. The strong bones of the pelvis. Breathing in, sensing expansion, nourishment. Breathing out with softness, with ease. Following the breath from the outside world, down into the lungs, filling the chest, the belly, the pelvis, and into the arms and the legs. So the breath can fill each arm down to the fingertips and each leg down to each toe. The breath bringing nourishment to the long bones of the limbs, the delicate small bones of the ankles, the feet, the wrists, the hands, and the small bones of the fingers and the toes. The muscles, the skin, being nourished by the breath. Breathing in, sensing expansion and nourishment, and breathing out, feeling softness, ease. Following the breath from the outside, the air in the world, down into the lungs, filling the chest, the belly, the pelvis, the legs, the arms, the head, the whole body filled with the breath, the whole body nourished by the breath, the whole body cared for, as though the whole body is breathing. Breathing in the expansion, nourishment. Breathing out with softness, with ease. Letting your awareness linger. Linger for a moment or two longer. And perhaps taking an intention to pause for moments in the day to sense into the nourishment of the breath. Taking a deeper breath now, inviting a little bit of movement. You can stay where you are, of course. And taking a stretch, a bit of a wiggle. Coming back to the space that you're in. Thank you for joining us. For anyone that doesn't know, we have a workshop on Saturday, Befriend Your Body, Befriend Your Nervous System, and it is ahead of the new spiral of Befriending Me, which begins in September. I'll add another note in the group today if you're watching the live stream. And if you're in the Zoom room, you've probably had an email anyway, or you already know, or you're already in it. Thank you for joining us. I'll go and stop the live stream and check in with the Zoom room. Right. End stream.